having listened to all this suggestion and everything, I also have listened and watched Paul Omubiko as his heart is beating pim, 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 pim. Paul Omubiko has been a very, dedicated guy in this struggle from the beginning up to this point, except this particular mistake, which, sometimes you will be hearing, sometimes it doesn't solve the problem. What have solved the problem and what normally solve this kind of problem is the public hearing that we have had today. And I believe a lot of people are going to learn from what has happened here. Next time, it may not be like this. We may come with a different strategy. And I hope that next time doesn't come. So, because of the concern of the media team, some of them, and they said they voted for either to expel him or to suspend him. And then some people voted to expel, some people voted to suspend, and it caused a lot of chaotic situation in the meeting and all that. So Paul Omubiko has served Biafra with his heart, and some people will feel that they may not understand and know how to handle things. And a lot of people are those who don't know how to explain themselves, especially when they feel they run into trouble. I believe this is one of them. However, because of the names of our people in the media, in the native doctor, Paul Omubiko, you are going to contact that man and tell them to stop, or tell him to stop whatever you have discussed with him. Whether it is for anything, whether it is to make you people not fight each other, whatever it is that you have told to, what is the name again? Remind me the name now. Obala. Obala. Where did he get the name?
Obala. It's Obala.
Obala. All right. So tell him whatever that you have discussed with him, that this particular issue has been settled, and we ask him to remove his hand in anything that has to do with anybody under this government, of which Simon Ekpa is the Prime Minister. That we are telling him to remove his hand from today, that we have settled this issue, and we don't want him to put hand again. Is that clear? Are you going to do that?
The answer to that audio is with me. I said this thing before. I could have sent it here.
No, I am asking you a question. Are you going to do that?
See, I will tell him. I have not ordered him to do anything bad. Not at all. I will tell him this is not for bad intention, and I may ask him to bring audio. Let him make audio to public so I can send it to anybody that needs it.
Okay. What I want is your word. Are you going to do that?
Yes.
All right. So from today, we are going to give you 21 days suspension.
Oh, thank you.
21 days. 21 days. 21 days.
Thank you.
Please, I have not finished.
Thank you, sir.
Please.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to give you what I call 21 days active suspension. The active suspension is that you will have nothing to do with the media team, but you can broadcast, make your normal program for the next 21 days.
Thank you. It's great. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve and Dr. Ngozi. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, His Excellency, for this opportunity to just chip in one or two things about this issue. I've listened to everybody, and I've heard the different sides of the story. First, I must start by saying this looks like an internal personal case. I don't know how, again, I understand the PM has to wait in to really maybe make his own decision about this case. But I've listened to the members of the media team. I listened to Adajorama speak. I listened to troop survivors speak. And from what both of them have spoken, it looks they were very, very clear on the way the case was handled from the media team. So let me just make sure we understand that aspect. Probably this media team, they've handled this case privately, and each and every one of them have expressed different opinions on this case. And that was why and how this case was brought to the PM. The guy in question, I don't really know you, 555 Vision. I've listened to you every now and then talk about Biafra, and what I'm really focused on is how you dispose of Biafra. That's all I'm concerned about. As far as Biafra is projected to the world, that we need to get Biafra, this is where we are all going to. That is my focus. I listened to when somebody said, somebody is not supposed to belong to. Somebody is not supposed to propagate Biafra. How did somebody in the media say they don't trust this guy? What was the reasons that somebody said they don't trust this guy to propagate Biafra? I would like to know more reasons why the person said they don't trust this guy. I want to know some of the reasons why they said they don't trust this guy to propagate Biafra. And then the last thing I want to say is, PM, at the end of the day, this case is in your court. And I want to make sure that just like this guy has said, and I don't even know his name, that this guy he talked to, he sees him as a regular person. He talks to a regular Biafran that promotes his cause and stuff like that. And based on that, that was why he reached out to him. But the angle where I'm going to focus on is when somebody said, you are not enough, you don't fit to propagate Biafra. I want to know where that person that made that statement is coming from. Thank you so much, Ekpa.
Thank you very much. Just a quick one, also remember that that particular misleading information, according to one of the media team, is a misleading information. The Ralph Ajare has said that that person did not say what Paul Omubiko said. He said a different thing. It was like during that meeting that he's not supposed to talk in this meeting. He did not say he's not supposed to pilot the affair of Biafra. So that has come. We have had a counter claim on that. So, and I believe every other person in the media team who was part of the meeting also may also have the same position with Ralph Ajare that Biafra 247 did not say what Paul Omubiko said here.
Thank you, my PM. Actually, let me not seem or look as if I don't want to say anything. Paul, number one thing about Paul is that he is not remorseful. I told him this yesterday. I told him because when he called me after the first meeting we had a week ago, he called me to tell me what that he asked me if I knew or if I know who Biafra Unite is. As I know him as a Biafra Unite, if I knew his, I said I never seen him before. He wasn't comfortable with that. But I tried to make him understand that, listen, you don't need all this. Forget whatever happened in the meeting. In the meeting, you can fight. You can say, you can exchange words, but drop it there. If we get back to the meeting, we continue well. I didn't know he left and started calling other people as well. And then I was surprised yesterday to hear this same voice note we listen to now. I was very shocked yesterday, and I made it clear yesterday. I made my stand clear. I told Paul that, listen, no matter what, even if all of us are fighting with you, you shouldn't take our names to anybody. No. I condemned him. I told him that was, even initially, all of them, even rap, they didn't see, they were seeing it as if he was having problem with Biafra Unite. Was the one that told them, listen, Paul, don't see the same way other people are saying, and seeing it openly. You took our names and our identifications with our logos to our platform logos to this man. It is evil. And then Paul never wanted to accept that he was faulty or he was wrong. That was when everything happened. 2 years later, when I voted that he should be expelled, later I withdraw that vote because there was some sort of like a disagreement and agreement. Then I said, for now, I withdraw my vote until he come back. So Paul is not accepting that he is that he did wrong thing. He is accepting it because he has been made to understand that he is wrong. That's just one thing we must understand. There's something, it is different for me to know and be convinced that I did the wrong thing than somebody to convince me before I did. If you did the wrong, nobody is a child here. Paul did the wrong thing, and we were trying to make him understand yesterday. I asked him 2-3 times yesterday, do you see what you have done now? How do you see it? He said he is only sorry for going to the media. Because this thing, there was another problem. He went to media. Somebody called me that he went to media, was talking about parasite, which I asked him yesterday. He said he's sorry, but he was never sorry for what we are discussing now. It's now that he have realized that he's sorry. So let him not seem as if I'm keeping quiet. I was against him yesterday, and even now I am still against him. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your own opinion. Mazoba, meet yourself.
Good evening from this side, my Prime Minister and every member of the Cabinet. First, my points will be quite brief. Obiko, you've really validated the position of your team by their suspension from the initial time. So there is something which you are not doing right that pointed out your action today. It's a validation of what we saw. So that's something you need to.
I followed you. I don't follow people a lot on things, but I followed you because I see that you have been talking about Biafra, and you are so your heart is for what you're doing, and I can see that even now you are beginning to regret this action. I can see from the way your body language. It's a shame that we allow this kind of a thing to happen till now. You would have waited for your leader. Mazi Edward took from me and said, when you called our Madam Azoka, when you called and she did not reply, did you try to reach out with voice? Or even still, call your leader, Mazi Akbarawa. Oh, this thing this guy made, this comment he made, on voice. I don't understand it. Or even call, what's his name again? Biafra Unite. You can always tell somebody, nah, this thing you said, I don't understand it. He can always explain to you. This thing shouldn't have gotten to this side because, like I said, you already feel that remorse. You feel ashamed of what you have done. Our Prime Minister will ask you a question. It's like you don't even have respect for when he's talking, you are talking. You know, all these things is something. It's not something that is working. And one other thing that what again did I write down here? Yeah, it's just a very few things like what I just said is what I want to tell you. You have shown remorse of what you have done. At the end of the day, our Prime Minister that will decide what happens to you. But seriously, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that this thing is coming up here.
Thank you very much.
Sonia Parawa is your leader. It's your leader there. Respect him. It shows you don't have respect for him. If they leave that space for you now, you cannot do what he's doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James. Let us stick to the time. Victor, for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All protocols observed. Survivor vision. In fact, I am disappointed. Very, very disappointed. We have a hierarchy. We have a Prime Minister who loves you so much, who has promoted you so much. Even if you have any concern, that is your first port of call. This is Nelly Ofewu relieving itself, reloading. The same old IPOB mentality, reloading in autopilot. You let me down. You took the names of your colleagues to a native doctor. This native doctor you're working with, does the Prime Minister know that you're working with any native doctor? And this is a guy who says, look, anything you can do to bring Biafra, bring it. If the native doctor is going to bring us Biafra, it's okay. So you left him and you went to a native doctor and you released the names of your colleagues. That is sad. That is wrong. It is an insubordination. Insubordination cannot be tolerated in a formal government, talk less of a struggle, freedom-fighting government. You've let our leader down. You exaggerated the level of threat. Which is very, very wrong, very bad. That is false allegation. All I can say about this is there is a departmental infighting. We've seen it before. And as the PM says, that this is to teach every one of us a lesson. Why are we fighting? PM says that, look, after when Biafra comes, everything will be dissolved. So why are we fighting? Why? Why the personality clash in departments? When Biafra comes, everything will be dissolved. Any job you want to now apply in Biafra, you go with your CV, go with your experience, go with your qualification, and you go and compete with other Biafrans. Why are we killing each other, fighting each other, hating each other, and disattracting each other? This calls for standardization, PM. And I will yield myself and offer myself to draft a standardization document, a ministerial code of conduct, so that every one of us know what's expected of us and what is not expected of us. How can you take the names of your colleagues? Maybe they're working with a native doctor. Probably you've taken the names of the Prime Minister to the native doctor. It is wrong, and I am disappointed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, I think my name is almost everywhere in the native doctor in the zoo, so that is not a new thing. However, we'll move.
Please, with the permission of the Prime Minister, let me take a French leave.
Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
All right, Praise, unmute yourself. 2 minutes.
Praise.
Oh, sorry, Praise. Madam Arewa, your hand is still up. Do we take it down? All right, thank you. Praise, unmute yourself. Sorry.
All right. Thank you so much, Prime Minister. I wanted to briefly point out 2 things based on my observation so far. And our brother made mention of the fact that he do not see things going on well. But then everyone has talked about him not following the due process to resolve that, which I don't want to talk about. One, I want to make mention of, as a recommendation to every one of us, and especially to you, Prime Minister, that from what Mr. Madabu said, we need orientation. Even myself, we all need it.